The road rehabilitation project in St. Peter's marks a significant investment in the island's infrastructure aimed at improving daily life for residents and enhancing safety and accessibility for all. This project forms part of a broader initiative to upgrade and maintain roads across the island. Minister of Works, the Honourable Maynard, said roadworks in St. Peter's was identified as an area for urgent attention by the Prime Minister when they took office. He shared some insight into the prioritization process for these national projects.
There was some road rehabilitation done prior to us, and this area was left out. Although, as I think others would have mentioned, it is one of the fastest growing areas, if not the fastest growing area in St. Kitts, and so the traffic level here is significant. The road infrastructure had not been taken care of for some time, and so it became an absolute priority. So at the start, we did all of the work that you don't see, because design of roads and so take a tremendous amount of time. All of the analysis has to be done, etc. That took quite a number of months, and that is how it goes. This has been, from the beginning, identified as a key priority. It's a major interlink to a large section of the population, and so this, among others, was identified as key.
Taking note of the quality of the work and the speed at which progress is being recorded, Minister Maynard voiced his appreciation for the efforts of the developer and the Department of Public Works. Given the logistical challenges, he said they must be applauded for their efficiency in navigating this huge project.
Sometimes motorists oftentimes will wonder why something is not happening, because they see an area maybe appearing to be stagnant. So for instance, where we are here, this is in St. Peter's next to the Anglican Church, there is a lot of underground infrastructure and things that have to happen. You have to build sidewalks, you have to build retaining walls. I think they're building some retaining walls now. And paving is the last thing. So when paving happens, it means you have done all your months of checking all your water lines along the road, all your electric lines along the road, putting in sleeves so that you don't have to cut the road thereafter, or minimize that, because inevitably that might always happen. Testing, doing soil compaction tests when you remove things. There is so much that has to happen before the final paving does. So some persons are saying, oh, well, we're paving on the F.T. Williams, which is part of this project, because this project runs from the airport roundabout all the way up to Odgies. But that has been largely done already. There's hardly any infrastructure to do there. There's no underground skeleton or water services things to touch there, because there's no development along that road that is new. But here you have all sorts of things that you have to incorporate.
Prime Minister Drew was also on hand to observe the progress on the portion of the roadway in the vicinity of the St. Peter's Anglican Church. He too was full of praise for the progress of this road rehabilitation project. Speaking in his capacity as a resident and the Member of Parliament for the area, he boasted that St. Peter's is the fastest growing area in St. Kitts.
I'm very pleased. Let me, of course, thank the Minister for Public Works for doing what has to be done to ensure that this project is completed and is done. I also want to thank the proprietor for Rock and Dirt, who is the main contractor or the main business, so to speak, that is handling this. I want to thank them very, very much for their tremendous work. Let me say from the onset that I'm the MP today, and I'm also a resident of this area. And so this road, I've always spoken about it, because this road leads to the fastest growing area in St. Kitts Nevis, and one of the largest area outside of Bastia in terms of the number of inhabitants. And so not to do this road means that you can stifle the movement of people, and that can affect people's life in many different ways.
He echoed the sentiments of Minister Maynard, reiterating that given the current rate of progress, this project will be completed on schedule.
I know there are some concerns about, things seems to be going slow, but I want to tell them this is a massive undertaking. And a massive undertaking would take time, and it's on time. So I want to reassure them of that. I want to also tell them by the time this project is done, they will be very proud of what we have done here collaboratively, and also to say to them that this really signals St. Peter's representing what we have been saying all the time, that it is the great state. So to all the residents and my constituents who are living here, we'll continue to do what we have to do to make sure that this road is complete, along with other things that we'll do in the area. And I want to say again, thanks to the Minister with responsibility for this ministry, and also thanks to Rock and Dirt, who have the contract to make sure that this is completed. So I'm immensely proud, and to say to our people that we hope that in the near future, and we know, let me say that that this will be completed in the time scheduled, barring some significant emergency. But we are on time and we are on schedule. And I ask for their patience, and at this time I want to apologize for the inconvenience, but they would understand that to get such a massive project done would require some inconvenience and some patience.
Meanwhile, Alexis Hazel, the owner of Rock and Dirt Construction, the company tasked with completing this roadworks project, told ZIZ News that it is due to be completed in February of next year. He shared a brief overview of the project.
Where we're standing now is our new roundabout that's in the design, and we're trying to do the final construction, which is the concrete work, and then we move on to the paving work. So all in all, we are going well and things are running smoothly.
Mr. Hazel said steps were taken to minimize any possible disruption to motorists.
What we did all the clock is to create some diversion for the motorists, because St. Peter's seems to be the largest growing community, and I didn't foresee this, but now I see it. I create some bypass roads so we could control the traffic a lot better.
Paving has already commenced, signaling that parts of this project is nearing completion. Dion Batiste Clark reporting for ZIZ News.